Warning: what I am about to mention is not for the faint of heart, is incredibly disturbing, and consists of references to mature content involving recent allegations centering around a certain wrestling promotion. Viewer discretion is advised. You know, with the road to WrestleMania already muddied as it is, with injuries, these scuttlebutt constantly getting leaked out of the cutting room, out of the production team offices, and a certain bullshit Brahma Bull trying to insert himself into WrestleMania because of a certain someone's bullshit to finally get a match that's been 4 years overdue, with an outcome we all know that is too fucking obvious to happen. But now the shit has really hit the fan for the WWE. As reported by What Culture, Cultaholic, and Wrestle Talk, Vince McMahon has been busted again. This time for sex trafficking allegations. From BBC, quote, from BBC. Yeah, I'm going to go bullshit Michael Cole here. And I quote, an ex employee of World Wrestling Entertainment has accused the company's founder, Vince McMahon, of sexually trafficking her to entice wrestling talent. Holy fucking shit. Janelle Grant says she was also sexually assaulted at WWE in a case filed at the Connecticut District Courts on Thursday. McMahon's spokesperson said the case was replete with lies, and his client would vigorously defend himself. In 2022, he stepped back as WWE's chair and CEO after sexual misconduct claims, and was reinstated as chair a year later after the company concluded its investigation into the allegations. Last week, the company signed a deal with Netflix that beginning in 2025, Monday Night Raw will be streamed exclusively on the platform. And this pisses me off. For those wondering why this pisses me off. Now, I didn't watch a lot of Raw from 1993 up until 1997, tonight up until the 2000s. What little I would catch was very brief, mostly due to the fact my family put me on a tight ass 8 o'clock curfew. That only grew in slow increments from 8:30 by the time I hit my adolescence to 9 o'clock by the time I got to high school to around 10 or so when I was about to get out of high school and so forth. In this new legal case, Mr. McMahon is named as a defendant alongside former talent head John Laurinaitis. Well, it looks like John Yanks really abused people power, didn't he? Let's see if I can find that. Really had a massive case of abuse of people power even before 2011, 2012. Let me try again. I guess Johnny Ace had a bad case of abusive people power even before 2012. Okay, I know, bad joke. Okay, I know, bad joke. Janelle Grant accuses both of them of trafficking her to other men as a sex pawn to entice world famous talent. She was pressured into a physical relationship with the chief executive in exchange for promises of employment. In impossible situations, submitting to Mr. McMahon and sex demands or facing ruin. Says she was unemployed at the time and dealing with her dead parents' bankruptcy. Damn. According to the legal case, Grant went on to work at WWE's headquarters in Connecticut from 2019 to 2022, accusing McMahon of recruiting individuals, including Laurinaitis, to have sexual relations with her during that stretch. He expected and directed Mrs. Grant to engage in sexual activity at the headquarters, even during working hours. Holy fucking shit. She also accused both defendants of sexually assaulting her at WWE headquarters in June of 2021. While BBC couldn't reach Laurinaitis for comment, and he didn't. However, the BBC could not reach Laurinaitis for comment, and he didn't respond from the Wall Street Journal comment on Thursday. Grant alleges McMahon pressured her into resigning from the WWE and signing an NDA or non-disclosure agreement for a lump sum of $3 million after his wife found out about the relationship in 22. Gag orders, NDAs, also called gag orders or hush agreements, are contracts between employees and companies preventing the staff from making the intel public. Mrs. Grant is asking the court to invalidate the NDA under federal law, claiming the defendants violated the Trafficking Victims Prevention Act. She's also seeking unspecified monetary damage. TKO Holding Groups, the WWE's parent company, in a statement, Mr. McMahon doesn't control TKO, nor does he see the day-to-day ops of the WWE. While this matter does predate our TKO executive team's tenure at the company, we take Mrs. Grant's horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing this matter internally. The 78-year-old was placed as acting chief executive and chairperson by his daughter Stephanie in January and returned to chairperson after the investigation ended. In Thursday's legal filing, Mrs. Grant called the WWE Special Committee investigation a sham and accused the company of attempting to sweep the matter under the rug. I could actually see that. For those wondering where I was going to go with this before I ran this off, I was going to beg the question, are we getting another Me Too situation, another cover-up, or is this legit? I mean, we've seen situations like this play out over the last few years. In terms of getting Me Too'd, Vic Mignogna, Johnny Depp, Vin Diesel, and a few others. And keep in mind, I'm not using Vic as a focal point. He's just a reference. This is being used as a reference, not to call attention, and nothing else. It's just strict court reference. And as we've seen in cases of the Me Too's, many of those cases were heavily invalidated, and those who Me Too'd the individuals were basically found guilty. The biggest example in that case, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, basically getting her life ruined because the court system found Johnny innocent and her guilty. So the believe all women crap was thrown out the window. Well, getting back to the article. But from what Miss Grant is saying, it seems that the investigation that the WWE did, does sound a bit like a cover. They covered it up. And what they could to cover it up. As she said, the committee never requested the documents for her or contacted her for them. End quote. End quote. So now the question is with this one, is it legit? Well, given how much trouble Vinnie Mac's gotten in the past couple of years, I could see this as being legit. And just keep in mind, I am not going to stick my neck out for every case like this. If there's enough legit evidence to back it, to those who are getting me too'd and victimized by these allegations, like Mr. McMahon, they deserve it. I never liked Vince, and I think for too long he let his on-screen character of Mr. McMahon bleed into his real life persona, specifically with how promiscuous the bastard was. I hope this is enough to keep him out of the company for good this time. But of course, we have the other problem. His ghost is still lingering in the booking. I mean, in script writing and booking. Specifically, Rock Roman at Mania, if this happens at 40, which is the ultimate worst case scenario for many people. And no one would blame me for saying that. I did a video a while back explaining my reasons for why I don't want Roman at Mania 40. I mean, get the belt off Roman and then have them fight it out at Mania 41, and then I'll be content with the match. Comment, like, and subscribe. That's 228 signing out. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.